A playful smile, a few teasing words exchanged with a beautiful stranger she had never met before. She thought it was just harmless flirting. But what she didn't know was that the woman standing in front of her was the daughter of one of the most feared mob bosses in the city. Today's story is intense, seductive, and filled with tension from beginning to end. So, sit back, relax, and let the story unfold.
The aroma of freshly ground coffee fills my nostrils as I stare at the mounting bills on my desk. Running a cafe in Salt Lake City isn't the dream I imagined it would be. The morning sun streams through the windows of Being There, my pride and joy, illuminating the empty tables that should be filled with customers. Another espresso, please. The voice pulls me from my financial misery. It's her again, the blonde writer who's been camping out at the corner table for the past week. She's attractive in understated way, with reading glasses perched on her nose and perpetually ink-stained fingers. Your fourth one today, I say, raising an eyebrow. I'm Marina, by the way. Autumn, she replies, not looking up from her laptop. And I'm well aware of my addiction. I take my time crafting her espresso, stealing glances at her concentrated expression. There's something intriguing about her. Maybe it's the way she bites her lower lip when she's thinking, or how her blue eyes sparkle when she finally takes a break to sip her coffee. This is different, she says after tasting it. What did you do? Trade secret, I wink, feeling a flutter when her eyes meet mine. But I could show you sometime. She closes her laptop for the first time today. I'd like that. My publisher's breathing down my neck for this manuscript, but honestly, I'm stuck. Writer's block? More like writer's fortress, complete with moat and dragons. She runs her fingers through her blonde hair, and I notice how it catches the light. Your coffee's the only thing keeping me sane. I'm about to respond when my phone buzzes. A text from Rachel about tonight's preparations for the Purple Room. My other business, the one that could get me in serious trouble. Listen, I say, making a spontaneous decision. I know this might sound weird, but would you like to see something special tonight? After closing? Autumn tilts her head, curiosity evident in her expression. Special how? Let's just say there's more to this place than coffee beans and espresso machines. I'm taking a risk, but something tells me she might be exactly what both my businesses need. Inspiration for one, legitimacy for the other. I should be writing, but... She glances at her laptop with disdain. Honestly, anything's better than staring at this blank document. Count me in. As she returns to her writing, I begin closing procedures, my mind racing. Should I really show her the Purple Room? The secret bar has been my sanctuary, a safe space for women like me. But there's something about Autumn that makes me want to take chances. The day winds down, and I catch her watching me more frequently, her writing forgotten. Each time our eyes meet, there's a spark of something unspoken. It reminds me of the first time I realized I was attracted to women, that same mixture of excitement and terror. When the last customer leaves and I flip the sign to closed, Autumn remains at her table, fidgeting with her coffee cup. So, what's this special thing you want to show me? I hesitate, my hand on the light switch. Everything could change after tonight. My business, my secret, maybe even my heart. But as I look at her expectant face, I know I've already made my decision. Follow me, I say, leading her toward the back storage room. Just remember, what you're about to see stays between us. Is this a lesbian bar? Autumn's whisper echoes in the dimly lit space of the Purple Room. The storage room's hidden door had opened to reveal velvet curtains, intimate booths, and a small stage where local performers sometimes sing. The contrast between the bright cafe upstairs and this underground sanctuary is striking. Welcome to my other business venture, I say, watching her face carefully. Her expression is a mixture of surprise and fascination as she takes in the pride flags and vintage photographs decorating the walls. Are you uncomfortable? No, she answers quickly, then pauses. Just surprised. I've never been in a place like this before. I lead her to the bar, mixing us both drinks. Nothing too strong, just something to ease the tension. The cafe keeps me afloat financially, but this place, this is where I feel most myself. How long have you? She trails off, gesturing vaguely. Known I was gay? Forever. Owned a secret bar? About 2 years. I slide her drink across the counter. And you? She stares into her glass. I've never really explored that part of myself. My family's pretty conservative. Before I can respond, my phone buzzes again. The message makes my blood run cold. Nice little setup you got. Shame if anything happened to it. Territory has owners. Meeting tomorrow. Everything okay? Autumn notices my expression. Just business, I lie, pocketing my phone. So, want a tour? As we walk through the space, I explain how the Purple Room became a sanctuary for women seeking acceptance. Autumn listens intently, asking thoughtful questions. She's different here. More relaxed, more open. You should use this in your book, I suggest, half joking. Actually, she starts, then stops herself. Never mind. No, tell me. Being here, it's giving me ideas, different from anything I've written before. She turns to face me, and in the purple-tinted lighting, her eyes seem to hold secrets. Would you mind if I use this as inspiration? As long as you change the names. I wink, but my stomach churns thinking about the threatening message. Later that night, after closing up the Purple Room, we return to the café. I'm teaching her how I make her favorite espresso when it happens. She's standing close, watching my hands work the machine, and the air between us feels electric. The secret, I explain, my voice slightly husky, is in the timing. I'm not just talking about coffee anymore. She turns toward me, and suddenly we're inches apart. The coffee machine hisses, matching my racing pulse. Her eyes drop to my lips, and I know what's coming. The kiss is soft, tentative at first, then deepens with a passion that surprises us both. She tastes like coffee and possibility, and I forget about threatening messages and territory disputes. When we finally break apart, she looks dazed. I've never, she starts. I know, I whisper, tucking a strand of hair behind her ear. The moment shatters when my phone buzzes again. Another message, tomorrow, noon, back alley, don't be late. Autumn notices my distraction. Marina, what's wrong? I force a smile, but my mind is racing. How can I protect this, both my businesses and this fragile new connection, from the storm that's coming? Nothing, I lie again, hating myself for it. Just tired. It's been quite a night. She gathers her things but pauses at the door. Thank you for showing me everything. After she leaves, I sink into a chair, the weight of my secrets pressing down on me. The Purple Room has always been my safe haven, but now it feels like a ticking time bomb. And Autumn, sweet, curious Autumn, has no idea she's walked right into the blast radius. The next morning comes too quickly. Autumn's already at her usual table when I arrive, but something's different. She's actually writing, fingers flying across her keyboard with newfound inspiration. She looks up and blushes when I catch her eye. Last night's kiss hanging between us like a delicate thread. But I can't focus on that now. It's 11:45, and I have a meeting that could destroy everything. I need to step out for a bit, I tell my barista. Walking toward the back alley, every step feels heavier than the last. The familiar smell of coffee is replaced by garbage and cigarette smoke. They're already waiting, two men in expensive suits that scream mob enforcers. Behind them stands a woman I haven't seen in 2 years, Sophia Castellano, the mob boss's daughter and my ex. Marina, Sophia says, her red lips curving into a smile that doesn't reach her eyes. Still making the best coffee in Salt Lake City? What do you want, Sophia? Daddy's expanding his business interests. That little underground operation of yours, it's in our territory now. My heart pounds. The Purple Room isn't for sale. Everything's for sale, one of the suits growls. Through the alley's entrance, I catch a glimpse of Autumn through the cafe window still writing. She has no idea what's happening out here, how my past is threatening to demolish our future before it even begins. You remember how this works, Marina? Sophia steps closer. You used to be part of our world. Dating the boss's daughter had its perks, didn't it? Until I realized what it really meant, I snap. I left that life behind. Did you? Sophia laughs. Or did you just trade one underground business for another? I feel sick remembering those days, how young and naive I'd been, thinking Sophia's attention meant love rather than control. That was different. The Purple Room is legitimate. Legitimate? The other suit snorts. An unlicensed bar operating without permits? They've done their homework. I should have known Sophia would find every weakness. You have a week, Sophia announces. Sell to us, or we'll make sure both your businesses disappear. And Marina? Her voice turns sickeningly sweet. That pretty blonde writer you've been watching? Keep her out of this. They leave me standing there, shaking with rage and fear. When I return to the cafe, Autumn immediately notices something's wrong. Marina? She follows me into the storage room. Talk to me. Maybe it's the concern in her voice or the stress of the confrontation, but suddenly I'm telling her everything about Sophia, about my past involvement with the mob, about the threats. So that's why you started the Purple Room, she says softly. To prove you could build something on your own. Yes, but now. I sink onto a box of coffee beans. They'll destroy both places unless I sell. Autumn's quiet for a moment, then opens her laptop. Look at this. On the screen is her novel in progress. The protagonist is a barista running an underground safe haven, fighting against corruption to protect her community. My story, transformed into something beautiful. I couldn't sleep last night, she admits. This story, it just poured out of me, and I think it might be our weapon. What do you mean? Exposure. If we can document everything, the threats, the corruption, and weave it into a story that captures people's hearts. She takes my hand. The mob thrives in shadows, Marina. Let's shine a light on them. Her confidence gives me hope, but also terror. It's dangerous. If they find out. I know. She squeezes my hand. But some things are worth fighting for. Looking into her eyes, I see the same determination that made me start the Purple Room in the first place. But I also see something else. Something that makes my heart race faster than any mob threat. Why are you willing to risk this? I whisper. You barely know me. Instead of answering, she kisses me. Harder and more certain than last night. When we break apart, she smiles. Sometimes you just know. But as she returns to her writing, my phone buzzes with another message from Sophia. Hope your writer knows what she's getting into. I delete it quickly, but the threat lingers. How can I protect Autumn while fighting for everything I've built? You've got to be kidding me, I mutter, watching Rachel stride into being there like she owns the place. My ex-partner and former co-owner of the Purple Room looks exactly as I remember. All confidence and sharp edges in her tailored suit. Autumn glances up from her laptop, sensing the tension. Over the past week, she's become a constant presence in both my businesses, her novel taking shape as our relationship deepens. Marina, Rachel's voice carries across the cafe. We need to talk. I lead her to the back office, feeling Autumn's concerned gaze follow us. Rachel wastes no time. I heard about Sophia's threats. You should have called me. Why? You walked away from the Purple Room 2 years ago. To protect it, she snaps. And you. Sophia was watching us even then. My head spins. What are you talking about? I've been working with the FBI, Rachel lowers her voice, building a case against the Castellano family. When I left, it was because they were getting too close to the Purple Room. Outside the office, I hear Autumn taking coffee orders, chatting with customers. My two worlds are colliding, and I'm powerless to stop it. That writer you're seeing, Rachel continues. She needs to stop digging. Her research is attracting attention. Jealousy flares in my chest. You've been watching us? Someone has to. Rachel's expression softens. I still care about you, Marina. What we had. Don't, I cut her off. That's ancient history. A crash from the cafe interrupts us. We rush out to find Autumn cleaning up a broken coffee mug, her laptop screen displaying research notes about local mob activities. Later that night, during a thunderstorm that rattles the Purple Room's underground windows, Autumn and I are alone after closing. The tension that's been building all day finally breaks. I don't trust her, Autumn says, pacing. She shows up right when we're making progress. Rachel's complicated, I admit. But if she's really working with the FBI, or she's playing both sides. Autumn stops pacing. The timing's too convenient. Lightning flashes through the basement windows, illuminating her face. She's beautiful when she's fierce, and before I can stop myself, I'm kissing her. She responds immediately, pressing me against the bar, all our fear and frustration pouring into one passionate moment. The storm rages outside as we lose ourselves in each other, finding comfort in the midst of chaos. Afterward, lying tangled together on the velvet couch, Autumn traces patterns on my skin. I'm not backing down, she whispers. This story needs to be told. I know. I kiss her forehead, trying to ignore the dread in my stomach. But Rachel's right about one thing. You're in danger. We both are. She sits up, reaching for her laptop. Look what I found. The screen shows property records, shell companies, all leading back to the Castellanos. They don't just want the purple room, she explains. They're taking over every independent business in the district, building an empire. My phone buzzes. Another message from Sophia. Time's running out. Make the smart choice. Autumn reads it over my shoulder. We have to trust someone, Marina. If Rachel's really with the FBI, or she could get us both killed. I stand up, restless. She broke my heart once. I won't let her do it again. This isn't about your history, Autumn says quietly. It's about survival. She's right, but admitting it feels like surrender. Outside, the storm begins to fade, but the thunder in my heart grows louder. Rachel's return has complicated everything. My plans, my relationship with Autumn, our fight against Sophia. Whatever we decide, I say finally, we decide together. Autumn nods, but I catch her glancing nervously at the shadows. The purple room has always been my sanctuary, but now it feels like a trap closing in around us. And somewhere in the city, Rachel and Sophia are moving pieces on a board we can't fully see. I pull Autumn closer, breathing in her scent of coffee and rain. We have decisions to make, but for now, I just want to hold on to this moment before everything changes again. We need proper licenses, I announce, spreading paperwork across the bar counter of the purple room. Autumn looks up from her laptop, where she's been documenting everything for her book. 2 weeks have passed since Rachel's return, and we've decided to fight back the legal way. Sophia can't threaten an officially registered business as easily, Autumn agrees, reaching for her ever-present coffee cup. But won't applying for permits attract attention? That's exactly what we want. I start filling out forms. Let's beat them at their own game. Make everything legitimate before they can use it against us. The morning light filters through the cafe's windows upstairs, where early customers are already lining up. We've been here all night, planning our next moves. Autumn's presence has become as essential as breathing. She splits her time between writing and helping me run both businesses. Marina, she says suddenly. Someone's watching the cafe. I join her at the window. A black SUV idles across the street, its windows tinted. As we watch, it pulls away slowly. They're getting bolder. I try to keep my voice steady, but fear creeps in. Maybe we should. The sound of shattering glass cuts me off. We rush downstairs to find the purple room's hidden entrance vandalized, broken bottles everywhere, spray painted across the wall. Last warning. Autumn starts taking pictures while I call the police, but we both know they won't do much. As I sweep up glass, my hands shaking with anger, she reads from her screen. Listen to this. The heartbeat of our city lies in its independent businesses, each one a story of dreams and determination. When those dreams are threatened by corruption, the true spirit of community reveals itself. From your book? She nods. I'm almost finished. Marina, people need to know what's happening here, not just to us, but to every small business owner being squeezed out. I stop sweeping, struck by an idea. What if we don't just legitimize the purple room? What if we make it impossible to shut down? How? We go public, host events, partner with LGBTQ organizations, become a community cornerstone. I warm to the concept. Sophia can threaten a hidden bar, but a legitimate community center? Autumn's eyes light up. That's brilliant, and my book could launch here, bring media attention, make it harder for them to move against us. We spend the day cleaning up and making calls. By evening, we've scheduled meetings with LGBTQ rights groups, planned fundraising events, and started the licensing process. Every step feels like planting our feet more firmly against the coming storm. But the storm arrives sooner than expected. As we're closing the cafe, Rachel bursts in, looking panicked. They know, she gasps. About the book, the license applications, everything. Sophia's planning something big. How do you know? Autumn demands. Because I've been undercover in their organization for 3 years, Rachel snaps, and I've never seen them this angry. I reach for Autumn's hand, finding strength in her touch. Let them come. We're doing everything legally now. You don't understand, Rachel insists. They don't play by rules. A brick crashes through the cafe window, missing Autumn's head by inches. Attached is a note. Some stories shouldn't be told. In the chaos that follows, Rachel calling her FBI contacts, police taking statements, customers gathering outside to gawk, Autumn and I find a quiet moment in the storage room. "I'm not stopping," she whispers fiercely. "This book, this place, us, it's all worth fighting for." I pull her close, breathing in her familiar coffee and ink scent. "I know, but I'm scared, Autumn. Not for me, for you." "Hey," she cups my face in her hands. "Remember what you told me about the Purple Room? That it's more than a bar, it's a statement that we deserve to exist openly, proudly?" I nod, throat tight. "Well, this is our chance to prove it." She kisses me softly. Together. Looking into her eyes, I see the same determination that made me fall for her. We're no longer just fighting for a business. We're fighting for our right to love openly, to tell our stories, to exist without shadows. Outside, sirens wail and curious onlookers gather. But in here, holding each other, we're stronger than any threat. The Purple Room was born from defiance. Maybe it's time to show Sophia and her father exactly what that defiance can do. "Your girlfriend's manuscript is quite compelling." Sophia's voice drips with false sweetness as she drops a printed stack of papers on my cafe counter. My blood runs cold. It's Autumn's novel, nearly complete except for the ending. "How did you get that?" I demand, though I already suspect the answer. "Someone hacked Autumn's laptop during the brick incident yesterday. Let's just say I have friends in digital places." Sophia slides onto a bar stool, looking perfectly at ease despite the early hour. The cafe isn't open yet, and Autumn's at home working on backup copies of her files. "Daddy was particularly interested in Chapter 7, where you detail his real estate schemes." I keep my voice steady. "It's fiction, Sophia. Any resemblance to real persons." "Save the disclaimer." She cuts me off. "We both know what this is, a paper trail, evidence. Your writer's been busy connecting dots that should have stayed disconnected." My phone buzzes. A text from Rachel. "FBI moving tonight. Keep Sophia talking. Gathering final evidence." "What do you want?" I ask, though I already know. "The manuscript destroyed. The Purple Room sold. You and your little girlfriend out of Salt Lake City by weekend." Sophia examines her manicure. "In return, you both get to keep breathing." The cafe's morning silence feels suffocating. Through the windows, I see regular customers gathering, waiting for opening time. Autumn should be at her usual table, typing away, stealing glances at me over her laptop. "You're not going to win this time," I say quietly. "The Purple Room's going legitimate. Autumn's book will be published. You can't stop either." Sophia's smile vanishes. "Watch me." The door chimes. Rachel walks in, followed by Autumn. My heart stops when I see them together. This wasn't the plan. "Actually," Rachel says, holding up her phone, "we just watched you confess to corporate espionage, blackmail, and death threats. Wave to the live stream, Sophia." Sophia's face contorts with rage. She reaches into her purse, but Rachel's faster, pulling out her FBI badge. "Federal agent. Hands where I can see them." "You bitch," Sophia snarls at Rachel. "You've been playing us all along." "For 3 years," Rachel confirms. "Ever since you tried to force Marina to launder money through her businesses. That's when I knew I had to protect her, even if it meant leaving." Autumn moves to my side as Sophia is handcuffed, our fingers intertwining automatically. "I got everything," she whispers. "The whole conversation. It's already backed up to secure servers." "Your father can't save you this time," Rachel tells Sophia as other agents enter the cafe. "We have everything. The property fraud, the extortion, the violence. And now, thanks to Marina and Autumn, we have public attention too." Sophia's eyes lock with mine as she's led away. "This isn't over," she calls back. "You have no idea what you've started." After the chaos subsides, Rachel, Autumn, and I sit in the empty cafe. The morning sun streams through the windows, highlighting the absurdity of what just happened. "I'm sorry I didn't tell you everything sooner," Rachel says. "Deep cover means exactly that. I couldn't risk anyone knowing, especially you, Marina. Your reactions had to be genuine." "What happens now?" Autumn asks, her writer's mind already plotting the next chapter. "The Castellanos will fight back," Rachel admits. "But with the evidence we have, plus public scrutiny from your book." She shrugs. "Their empire's crumbling." I should feel relieved, but Sophia's final words haunt me. What if she's right? What if this isn't over? Autumn squeezes my hand. Then we'll face it together. The Purple Room isn't just ours anymore. It belongs to everyone who needs a safe space. They can't fight an entire community. Looking between them, Rachel, my past protector, and Autumn, my future, I realize how much has changed. The Purple Room started as my sanctuary, but it's grown into something bigger, a symbol of resistance, of love, of refusing to hide. Well, I say, standing to open the café, I guess we better make some coffee. Something tells me it's going to be a long day. As customers stream in, unaware of the morning's drama, I catch Autumn watching me with that look that still makes my heart skip. We've won this battle, but Sophia's right, it's not over. The question is, are we ready for what comes next? The news breaks at dawn. Major crime family operation dismantled in Salt Lake City. I watch from Bean There's window as police cars swarm the Castellano family's headquarters, their lights painting the street in red and blue. They're using everything, Rachel explains, showing us live updates on her phone. Your documentation, my undercover work, financial records, even excerpts from Autumn's manuscript as supporting evidence. Autumn hasn't slept in days, splitting her time between finishing her book and helping the FBI organize their evidence. Dark circles ring her eyes, but she's never looked more beautiful to me. Sophia's lawyers are already fighting back, Rachel continues. They're trying to discredit everything, especially the book. Let them try, Autumn says, her voice stronger than I've ever heard it. Every word is true, and we can prove it. The Purple Room has been closed for a week during the investigation, but tonight we're reopening, this time as a fully licensed establishment. The community's response has been overwhelming. Local LGBTQ groups, other small business owners, even city council members have voiced their support. You should see social media, Autumn shows me her screen. Save the Purple Room is trending locally. People are sharing their stories about safe spaces and standing up to corruption. A crowd gathers outside the cafe, reporters mixed with regular customers. Everyone wants to know about the coffee shop owner and the writer who helped bring down a crime family. Miss Collins, a reporter calls out when I step outside. Is it true the Purple Room was operating without proper permits? It was, I admit, feeling Autumn's supportive presence beside me, because certain people made it impossible to get them legally. But that's changing now. More questions follow, but I'm distracted by movement across the street. A black SUV idles there, the same one from before. My heart races until Rachel appears beside it, speaking into her radio. FBI surveillance, not mob threats. Later that evening, we reopen the Purple Room. The response is incredible. A line stretches around the block. Inside, rainbow flags hang proudly beside framed newspaper articles about the investigation. No more hiding. I never imagined this, I tell Autumn as we watch people fill the space. When I started this place, it was just supposed to be a safe haven. It still is, she says. Just for more people now. Rachel joins us, looking satisfied. The last of Sophia's associates just got picked up. They found evidence of corruption going back decades. And the threats to other businesses? All documented. The DA's building cases for each one. This is bigger than just the Purple Room now. It's about cleaning up the whole city. A young woman approaches us, tears in her eyes. I just wanted to say thank you, she says. Places like this, they save lives. I know they saved mine. After she leaves, Autumn squeezes my hand. That's why we fought so hard. Speaking of fighting, Rachel interrupts. We're not done yet. The Castellanos still have friends in high places. They'll try to appeal, to buy their way out. Let them, I say firmly. We're not hiding anymore. The night continues, filled with music, laughter, and more stories from community members. Every person who walks through the door reminds me why we risked everything. Near closing time, Autumn pulls me onto the small dance floor. Remember our first kiss? She whispers. Right upstairs, by the espresso machine? Feels like a lifetime ago, I murmur, holding her close. I knew then, she says, that you were worth any risk. Looking around at what the Purple Room has become, at what we've become, I know she's right. Sophia's threats, the mob's pressure, even the fear of losing everything. It was all worth it for this moment. You know, Autumn says thoughtfully, my book still needs an ending. I kiss her softly, aware of the camera still flashing outside, of Rachel coordinating with her FBI team, of our community celebrating around us. I think we're living it. The night ends with hope, not fear. The Purple Room isn't just surviving anymore, it's thriving, a beacon for others fighting their own battles against corruption and intolerance. But as we lock up, Rachel's words echo in my mind. We're not done yet. Something tells me our story, mine and Autumn's, the Purple Room's, our communities, is just beginning. Best-selling author Autumn Reed signs 3-book deal, the headline screams from the local paper. I smile, pinning it next to the others on the Purple Room's wall of pride. It's been a year since the Castellano investigation, and sometimes I still can't believe how much has changed. You're doing it again, Autumn teases, sliding behind the cafe counter to kiss my cheek. Staring at the wall like it might disappear. Can you blame me? I pull her closer, breathing in her familiar scent. Sometimes I wake up thinking it was all a dream. The bell chimes as Rachel enters, now officially stationed in Salt Lake City as an FBI liaison for community protection. Save the romance for tonight's celebration, she grins. We've got work to do. Tonight marks the grand opening of Salt Lake City's first official lesbian-owned bar and community center, the new, expanded Purple Room. The old underground space has been transformed into a coffee shop and bookstore, while the main bar operates proudly at street level. Final inspections done, Rachel reports. All permits in order. Sophia's last appeal was denied yesterday. It's really over. Autumn squeezes my hand. Her book, Underground Love, A Story of Coffee, Courage, and Community, has become required reading in local LGBT studies programs. More importantly, it sparked a citywide movement against corruption and discrimination. Remember when you first walked in here? I ask her, watching as she sets up for her weekly writer's workshop. All those espressos just to fight writer's block? Best addiction I ever had, she winks. Though I'm not sure if I meant the coffee or you. The day passes in a blur of preparations. By evening, the Purple Room is packed with supporters, activists, and regular customers who've become family. Local news crews set up outside, covering the historic opening. Speech, someone calls out as I take the stage. Looking out at the crowd, I see faces that tell 100 different stories of survival and triumph. A year ago, I begin, this place was a secret. We lived in fear of being discovered, of being ourselves. But thanks to the courage of 2 incredible women, my partner Autumn and my friend Rachel, we learned that secrets can't change the world. Only truth can do that. Autumn joins me on stage, our fingers intertwining naturally. The Purple Room started as one person's dream of a safe space, she continues. Now it's a symbol of what communities can achieve when they stand together. After the speeches and celebrations, after the last customer leaves and the cameras stop rolling, we finally have a moment alone. Autumn and I sit at the bar sharing our special coffee blend, the one we named First Kiss. So, she says, pulling out her laptop. Ready to hear the final chapter? I nod, watching as she reads the ending of her second book, our continuing story. It's about transformation, about how love can turn a hidden refuge into a beacon of hope. It's perfect, I whisper when she finishes. Not quite, she says, closing the laptop. Every good story needs an epilogue. She reaches into her bag and pulls out a small velvet box. My heart stops. Marina Collins, she says softly, you taught me that the best stories are the ones we're brave enough to live openly. Will you keep writing our story with me? Through tears, I manage to say yes. Around us, the Purple Room seems to glow with warmth and possibility. Outside, Salt Lake City is changing, growing more inclusive every day. Our fight helps spark something bigger than ourselves. By the way, Rachel calls from the doorway, where she's been pretending not to eavesdrop. I expect to be maid of honor. We laugh and I look around at what we've built, not just a bar or a bookstore, but a testament to resilience, to love that refuses to hide. The Purple Room isn't underground anymore, and neither are we. So, Autumn asks, slipping the ring onto my finger, what should we call our signature wedding cocktail? How about happily ever after, I suggest. She kisses me, tasting of coffee and promise. Perfect, just like our first kiss. And in that moment, surrounded by the life we fought so hard to create, I know that some stories don't need endings. They just need the courage to keep going, one chapter at a time.
After hearing the full story, do you think the mob boss's daughter truly loved her? Or was it only obsession disguised as love? And if someone dangerous became obsessed with you, would you run away? or risk everything for the chance to be loved that intensely? Share your thoughts in the comments below. In the